All right. Yeah, I still don't have an intro for these things yet, but what's up? I'm here on another episode of the podcast with is what's your rapper name? I don't know. Like, what is it?
It's it's Lucasyeet.
Lucasyeet. All right. Cool. Yeah. Uh, Dude from Ames, Iowa, which is really cool because I'm from Cedar Falls. So,
Mm,
and you make
yeah.
some banger ass music. So I just kind of want to like talk to you, dude.
All right, let's get it.
So like, tell me a little bit about yourself, yo. Like,
Well, right now I'm a senior in high school. 17. I just work. I do the normal thing, but like I'm really passionate about music. Done it like it's always like been a big part of my life. Like even like the stuff I do now, I was doing as like a like really little kid, just like not like in the same retrospect. Just like I don't know, like now I just like have taken it to a like newer level. I guess yeah,
yeah. So you're only 17?
yeah.
Shit, dude, I thought you were like in college for sure.
I know a lot of people do. It's wild, but
No,
yeah,
yeah.
no.
I did a little like stalking on your like your YouTube and stuff. And I was
Mm.
like, so like was this kind of something that you like kind of like started with like messing around with it first and then like you're like, yeah, I actually really like it and then started doing it or like
Are you talking about the Duro?
yeah, you were like I saw like you had like a couple like they seemed like you were just like kind of like having like fun song videos, like rap
Yeah.
videos or some shit and then so I didn't know if it was like a joke kind of at first or like
No, so it's actually a like crazy story. So like I've been like doing music and like known I wanted to do music like ever since I was little. Like when I was little, I would go on like iTunes and I'd like still look at the charts and I'd be so intrigued by like all the popular songs and just like who is relevant in culture. And then like I had like drums, guitar, I like was into all of that. And then like as I got older, like I like when I was a freshman, I think I discovered like SoundCloud, Bandcamp, that type thing.
yeah.
And this girl I was chilling with, she's like, "Yo, like, because I would freestyle here and there just for like fun, like out of nowhere." She's like, "You should just like make some stuff and put it on SoundCloud, like as a joke." I was like, "Okay," and I like knew like YouTube instrumentals were like a thing, so I just like I remember we made one track, and then like after that, in the same night, it was like on voice memos too on like an iPhone.
Yeah.
Like that same night, we made like 12, 13 tracks and I put them all up on SoundCloud. And I remember it was Thanksgiving break actually, like freshman year, so like 4 years ago, like exactly. And like it just went like really, really viral. Like I woke up the next morning, I had like 6,000 plays already on SoundCloud.
Really?
Yeah, like across all the songs, it was insane.
Hell yeah. That's nuts, dude. So like who'd you say are like were your like inspirations like growing up? Like who'd you really listen to that kind of like influenced you?
Well, like my parents raised me on like your typical like parents type stuff. Like I was listening to like the '80s music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, but my brother, he was like really big, and he would kind of went back a little bit too. Like he would like play me AC/DC and stuff. But I remember when he was in high school, he really like showed me like rap, like the way I'd never really seen it before, and like he was showing me like Nas. That's when I was really little, like 10, 11. So I like didn't really know like what was up. But I remember like my favorite song is like Little Kid was Roll Up by Wiz Khalifa. I
Yeah.
thought it was the coolest thing ever, like when rolling papers and all that was going down.
Yeah. Dude, that's
Yeah.
funny. So like Wiz Khalifa and like Nas and
But like right now, like now that I've like actually like dove into rap and like done my research and stuff, like if we're like talking like Nas and like that generation, like Outkast is really big and I really like Biggie and I really like Nas too. Yeah. But like nowadays like I really like Kanye West a lot.
yeah.
I just really listen to everything, like all types of rap, like J. Cole, and I'll listen go like 1 second I can listen to J. Cole, and the next like I could be listening to Free Lil Xan or
Yeah.
something like that.
I feel
Like, I
you.
don't know. Yeah.
I respect that. Like so like when you're like making music, kind of like what's your process with that, you know? Like
It's so like I told you, I start off with like it's always just been like a process that I've like built on top of, and I
yeah.
always knew like I don't know, for some reason I was always just really good at like being consistent. Like back when we first started like 4 years ago and we were doing voice memo stuff, like like I said, I dropped like a tape like my first day like ever like actually recording music, and like it was voicemail, so it was trash, but it was like that was, and then you saw Dirt Road and all that,
Mhm.
and like those were all just like quick like bang 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 like freestyles and everything,
Yeah.
and I just like shot them and put them up. And then like January of 2018, I got a Mac, and then I started like messing around with Logic and everything. And I didn't really like have anyone like to look up going into it, like how to like structure songs like hook, chorus, like or like that type thing, and verses. Like I could see it in like professional musicians, but like I didn't have anyone like like that I was friends with that was really making like music on SoundCloud, because like when I started, like it was what, like 2014, like SoundCloud rap was still like small.
Yeah.
So like I kind of self-taught like myself how to like really do it all, like mix, master, engineer, and like I sat down, and like ever since like January when I got it, like that's really how long I've been like consistently making music. That's like not voice memos and stuff, and
Yeah.
like I've gotten a lot better. I've probably written like 1,000 songs or something like that. I just went crazy with it.
Hell yeah. So do you like produce all your own stuff then, or do you have like friends that do that, or like?
No, I just like recently started getting like friends that like actually like are like rappers. Like,
Yeah.
because when I was still doing this, people like when I told them I was on SoundCloud, like they didn't know what SoundCloud was,
Yeah.
and like now I have people like my friend his name's Joshua Paul. He's in a few of my songs.
Yeah.
He's
He produced a couple
he's
of your stuff too, hasn't he? I don't
no,
remember.
that's Josh Petruccio.
Oh. Okay.
He's a YouTube producer, yeah.
Oh, cool.
And so yeah, no, typically like I'll either make my own beats or I'll just go on YouTube and I'll find some, and I just write to them, and I'll probably record like 100 songs and then pick like one or two out, and I'll save those and post them, and I just keep going up. Got to get bigger.
Yeah. So you sitting on a lot of music then right now? Because you only drop
Oh
like
yeah,
a song like a month, don't you? A couple
yeah. It's
weeks.
like a song a month, like right now.
That's pretty tight. That's pretty tight. You like do you like spend a lot of time kind of like refining like the music, or you just kind of like throw everything together and then you kind of just like put it out?
I wouldn't say like really like throw it together. Like how I really like started, I don't do this as much anymore. But like when I first like start like actually writing and stuff, I
Yeah.
would like write like 2 or 3 songs in my like hour study hall period. Then when I get home from school, I just like record them and I go to work. And then I'd like sit on those 3 songs and I'd listen to them, and like if there's anything I caught that like I could tweak, I would tweak that. But otherwise, I just listen to them, and whichever like one like stuck, like would be the one like I held on to and was like, this is something special, and then I put that into the collective of the like special ones,
Yeah.
and then the special ones one would come out of that.
So you've definitely like kind of let like you have a lot more creative like process with it now, you'd say, kind of rather than just like get stuff out as fast as
Oh
you
yeah.
can.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like but I can still like sit down like right now with an hour or two's time and like make like 3 or 4 songs, and like now they'll be a lot better, but
Yeah.
yeah, they didn't start that well.
Yeah. Would you say that there's kind of like, you know what I mean, like you have like people that can like ghostwrite and stuff, like writing's just like easy for them, like they don't like, they're not even like artists per se, not artists, that's not like the word I'm looking for, like they don't like perform like the music that they write, but they can like write a hit song really easily. Would you say like kind of like you're good at just like kind of coming up with like good like hooks and stuff like that, would you say, or like?
No, like I'd say if like anything, like the biggest thing I get complimented on is people are just like, yo, I like your flow and like I like your lyrics, because like when I go back and I listen to like my old stuff, like I couldn't even like make a hook like that,
Yeah.
Like, it's all just been like practice, but like I'm naturally like sorry, I'm naturally like really good at like English and stuff like that, so like as soon as I like picked it up and was consistent with I got better pretty quick.
Yeah, I really do like your flow, but like also, if you write your own stuff, I think that's like a definitely a skill like that you have, like
Hmm.
I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. uh
Yeah.
what would you say, so being a white kid in Iowa and being like, yeah, I
Hmm.
rap, how's that struggle for you?
You want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
You know, have you heard my song Rambo?
Yeah, I
You
fucking
know,
love it.
he's the second guy that comes in. His name is Kid Stacks.
Yeah.
He's one of my friends, and when I was like doing the voice memo days, that's actually when I met him. But he lives in Mason City,
No shit.
so yeah, so he's out there. So like, it wasn't like I could see him every day, but that was like my first like rap homie.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like told him I saw him at this like party function thing, and he had like a face tat, and I walked up to him. I was like, "Yo, what's good, man? Like I make music. You kind of look like you do too." And he was like, "Yo, I do." And then like we just chilled for a bit. We kicked it, and like he listened to my stuff, and like obviously like he was like, "Yeah, it's like a nice start." And like back then, like nah, like it was nothing really good or like
Yeah.
anything that had substance, but. Like I remember I made Rambo like probably a week after I started like actually like like garage band and like start like actually like formatting tracks, and that's kind of like one of the things like you touched on, like revamping tracks. So I sent that to him, and he was going through like his own stuff like with court and stuff, and so that track was supposed to come out in like February, and then it didn't because he was dealing with all this stuff. And then I finally got his verse like a week before I put out Rambo.
Yeah.
And then I went back in, and I was just like, I like have gotten better at flowing. I've gotten better, but like all those verses and stuff I'd still written like when I first started, but like I just like redid them. So it was more like recent. I was better.
Yeah.
But like that's an example. Like yeah,
That's
and the
cool.
whole like revamp process.
Oh yeah. And then so like do you have a problem with kind of people thinking like about you different? I don't know, like for me it's even, I just imagine like if I were in your situation, like it'd be kind of hard to tell people like, yeah, like I rap. Like I feel like a lot of people from where we're from would be like
Yeah.
hella judgmental about that kind of shit.
No, they are really judgmental about it, and like it's not even like it's either really judgmental or they're just like automatically assume it's bad,
Yeah.
and like it's like, and then you give them a link or something, and they check it out, and they're like, oh, like okay, like I remember my ceramics teacher, she heard that I rapped, and she was just like whatever, like she took it as a joke, and then she heard like Rambo or one of those songs, and she's like asking me if I was gonna be famous or something like that. I don't know,
Yeah.
like because she like was really doubtful at first too. Like I don't know. My dad really isn't in the picture, but like he knows about it and he don't like it. It's like stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's like I don't know. That's just kind of like what I hate around here is like everybody's all like, there's like a box, and like if you're
Hmm.
living here and you don't like fucking fit inside this like box for, like what
Yeah.
people in Iowa want you to fucking do, then like then you're fucking like weird, and then they like make fun of you and shit.
Yeah.
Even like with me, I like I tell people like, yeah, like I want to like, I like do music videos for like people and stuff
Hmm.
like that, and like I'm like, yeah, I really want to like move out to LA and be really in like this whole like scene, and everyone's like, oh shit, like you're gonna like wind up working at like McDonald's or some dumb shit, and I'm like,
So yeah.
yeah.
Like when I talk about taking a year off after high school and just like solely like just working on music all the time,
Yeah.
because like this summer I quit my job or like right before the summer because like I had some family stuff come up that like I need to be home a lot more, and when that came up, like it was like 5 6 songs a day. Like I'd wake up and I wouldn't stop recording till like 4 5 and like at night, and like that's like really where I got a lot better. But it was like, dang, like if I can get this better in just a summer, like imagine if I like it took a year to really like sit down. Like now that I have like a clear like goal and like vision and like know what my flow is and like know what like I'm capable of and know like at the pace I can grow at. But like taking a year off, like I tell people that, and like it could, because I could like really probably get something going with that.
Yeah.
And they're just like, nah, like you're done. You're gonna end up making minimum wage, like living on the streets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You need a job.
You remind me a lot of this other kid that I know from the internet. He's 17. He's from Florida. His name's Dustin Hill. He actually just graduated this past year, and I believe he lives in LA now. I've been trying to get him on the podcast, but he's really busy now. He just moved out to LA, I'm pretty sure. But he mixes all of his own stuff, like produces all, the kid's like the next Russ, I swear to fucking God. Like he's just so good at what he does, and he's 17 years old. Like you remind me a lot of him with that whole, you know, like you're involved in all the process, you know what I mean? Like that's nuts to me. Like that's really cool.
Because it's like everything's me, like, because I really don't have anyone to like sit down and help me out. Like I had to sit down, I had to be like, okay, like if I want to take this more seriously, like I need professional graphics, you know. I need to structure a song this way. I need to, you know, do certain things if I like really want to take this seriously. And I didn't have like anyone to be like, okay, maybe. And then like people I did show it to weren't like the best at like actually like being real with me and giving me the like constructive criticism. They're just like, yeah.
So have you ever like performed live or anything like that? Do you do anything like that?
Like no, but like small stuff like that's like come up. And it's always like kind of falling through just because like it's kind of a like rap nowadays. Like I rap because like I really like, not even just rap, like I have other songs that I haven't put out that are just like rap, and you can kind of like see that side in like songs like Heart or like even like Young and Great, that like I can do like other stuff. And like I have another side of that, but like what was I saying? Like I'm really just like passionate about music. Like it's not like a money grab, but like I remember this opportunity came up last spring. It was like April earlier this year, and these guys, they told me they had a bill that I could hop on actually, and it was going to be my first performance, and Lil Skies was the headliner at Valair in Des Moines. I was like, okay, this is sweet. Like my first show would be this, like that would just be legendary. And then like we were setting everything up, and they're like, yeah, we need $200 for a 3-song set from you. I'm just like, oh, like, so you really don't like rock with me, you just you know, see
just
some money.
Filler. That's did you consider it though still, or like
I
think of it like
did,
as an exposure thing?
I did like look at it like that, but then like, because I've had a bunch of stuff like that come up, and that's like part of what like keeps me so consistent, like grounded, because I have like had a bunch of like bigger opportunities, and like when they like start coming around like that, you know, it's like sometimes it just doesn't seem worth it. Like, and I can't really say that just because I'm so early on and I have so much more work to put on in. But it's like, you know, after your first like 1,000 or 100 hours in, you know, you build a little bit of doubt. Like, am I not good enough? Like, what's up with this? And but it's like the small things. Like, you know, I just recently hit a like 115,000 accumulated plays on SoundCloud. It's like I'm obviously doing something right, because like I'm 6 figures now. It's like, or, you know, the show opportunity came around because of why, or this distribution company hit me up and we're trying to get something going with that. It's like all these things, like smaller things, wouldn't be going on right now if like something wasn't right, you know? Or like this podcast alone, like I wouldn't be on here right now if like I wasn't doing something right at least.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing like a repost something? Because I could just see you like, you going on like Adam 22 stream or something, just like it's $100 which is taxing hardcore, but I kind of get why he does it. But just like some kids like pop off on that, like they'll be like, yeah, you know, like this is my song and it's pretty good, and he'd be like, okay, I actually kind of like fuck with this. Like,
no, like YB and Namir was on Adam's stream, bro. Like, before he blew up.
I could just see, I don't know, like I really like your music. Like, I really do think it bangs. So like I think that like I could just see like somebody fucking like being like, yeah, on like Adam 22 stream, like this kid, like he plays that shit, and then all of a sudden like it can go off. But I think that's kind of like the beauty of like, you know, that plus like you're only 17, you know, so like you have your whole ass life ahead of you too, and especially like, you know, you could do this for like 5 years and be like, nah, I'm not doing it anymore, and still have your entire life to like, you know,
do something else.
Yeah, do whatever the fuck
like,
you want.
It's not like it'd be too late or anything either.
Yeah,
but like, it's like, I don't even see myself like doing any other route at this point, because it's like I told you, like I've really been going, like the first song I put out from like when I started January of this year, like recording and stuff. Like, the first song I put out was probably in April, so like I've been putting out music since like April on Lucasyeet, and like I don't know. It was like it started off. It was like 100 plays, like a song, and I'd be happy. And then it was like if the songs started to each get 200 plays, I was like okay. And then a few songs hit 200 plays in a row. It's like now we're at like 600-700 like per song, and it's like that's just the norm. Like I'm beyond grateful, but it's like never like, especially when I was a freshman making little voice memo stuff. I didn't expect like I can just post a song, it'll get 600 plays.
Yeah. So I will go back to like something you said. You know, you said that there's more to like you as like a musician other than just like rap, like you had like with Heart, you said,
Mm-hmm.
and even like Young and Great. Like, so do you see yourself kind of making more than kind of like lyrical rap, I guess, or like rap, kind of like that, or like what do you see like yourself as like a musician doing?
It really just goes off my mood, and like that's like kind of held me back like in some areas, because like this summer I don't have it up anymore, but I dropped an EP called Cocular. And like when I was going through all this family stuff, I was like super down and like sad, and I dropped that, and it was like 4 or 5 songs that were just like me, like very vulnerable and like sad. And like now it's like you see my last few songs are like turn up, like no like real like substance or like lyrical. It's just like bars and like having fun with it.
Yeah.
But like it's just all like in the mood, like whatever I'm in the mood to make. And like I got like folders on my laptop that are just like hundreds of songs of like moods, so like I could really mess around, like, and I've thought about it, like going on my YouTube and just dropping like a few singles and like not putting them on my SoundCloud, just like here or there, like throwaways. But I don't know, I just don't want to like oversaturate too much, and then when I actually drop something like that I like and like want to put out there, it like flops because I have a ton of stuff out there now.
Yeah. So you kind of have like a approach to music that like how do I say it? Like you're not like a lot of people. It kind of seems to be like the norm to be like, I'm just gonna be pumping out as much music as I can. Like I'm just gonna, kind of like I'm gonna throw a bunch of stuff at the wall, and eventually something's gonna stick. You kind of seem to have like a different approach to that, where it's like the stuff I make, I want it to be meaningful. So
and it's like not even meaningful, like because I'm just like I don't even think I can be like really put in a box, because like everything I do is like somewhat the same, but like I don't know, I haven't even like really showed like the super versatile side yet, but like I have some songs that are like Tame Impala samples, like wild stuff, and it's like no one's seen that yet.
Yeah,
it's like it's all just like mood based, so like I could really like drop like an XXXTentacion like style album where like it's just different all the way through. Like I don't, because I like the structure and like fluency of albums a lot, like Taboo by Denzel Curry. You heard that? Yeah, like that's probably one of my favorite albums that came out this year, just because of like how it flows and like it just feels super coherent and like full, and I really like that. So that's what I like try to go for, is like the coherency and like flow when I like actually drop like a project or whatever. So I don't know if I could like really see myself doing a big compilation, but I don't know, like of everything like versatile, but like it's in there, and like I'm gonna show it at some point.
So can we expect any projects from you the next like year?
Oh yeah, dude, because like I'm making music every day. Like I told you, like I probably have like 1,000 songs right now.
Yeah,
and I have like 5 on my SoundCloud.
What do you think like needs to happen for you to just be like, all right, I'm gonna drop like a project? You know what I mean? Because it's for you, it seems very just kind of like the way you feel. Like, can it it's just literally random, or like do you have like a kind of like a timeline, I guess, for like when you want to release music?
Like there's no like necessary timeline, because I just do whatever like feels right. Like I said, like I'll go back, like if I make 3 songs today, for example, because I make them on my Mac, they like sync to my phone and are in like my Apple Music. So I'll just listen to those 3, and like whichever one like feels like it sticks. Or like I remember, because there was one day that I made like 3 of the songs that I currently have on my SoundCloud. I wrote like 6 or 7 songs in a day, and 3 of the ones that are currently on my SoundCloud like came from that day. So it's like all in the vibe. Like if everything feels right, like I'll do it. But then like the mood thing also like comes back into play. Like I know I got some really good songs that are like more political and like boom bap like esque, but like that's not the vibe I'm on right now. So if it doesn't feel 100%, like how can I get behind it and like push it if it's like not really what I'm like feeling as a person in the moment?
Yeah, that's cool. I can respect that. So like when you made songs like like Rambo, like what was kind of going through your head with that, like
Rambo was literally like, I don't even know. Like I heard the beat and I was like, yeah, this is really this is fire. And like the chorus like came to me instantly, like and after that, like I was like, okay. And then the verse, just because the chorus, like I laid down the chorus right away. So in my garage band, I had the beat and then I had the chorus already done. I played it back a few times. I was like, I got something here. And like the verse just came to me. Like I probably wrote the verse in like 3 or 4 minutes. Like it was really fast.
really. It's a catchy
Yeah.
ass song, dude. Like I really
Mhm.
like it. Yeah.
Like when the vibes are all clicking, like I like it's not even like me rushing anything. Like just like if the vibes all right, it just comes.
Yeah. And then so is that kind of like what happened like with like Young and Great and stuff too? Or, like what was kind of like your process for like your past like 3 songs, like Rambo, Heart, and like Young and Great?
Like it's always kind of like that. Like I'll hear the beat and like Heart, for example, like I heard that beat like 2 or 3 months ago and I knew like there was something about it that I really really liked, but it was like I also wasn't in the like spot to like do that at that moment, so I literally held on to that beat till like a month or two ago when I made the song.
Yeah.
And like and when the vibes are right, I just made it and it came like fast. Like all of my songs that like I put out, you can tell like just like listening to them that like they're all like not like rushed in a way. Like at the time that was like my skill level.
Yeah.
Like you can even like go from the bottom and like see the progression. That's like at the time like I heard that and like it just all clicked and it like came very very fast, and that's like kind of how I work and like make music. Like I can sit down and I can like write a super intricate song for like an hour and like really like refine it and make it like 100% good, or I can just like catch a vibe and I can just go and like get it done super really quick, and then it's like it ends up being good.
Yeah. Uh so when you like you get beats off like YouTube and stuff, are you like buying them or are you like talking to producers that do that, or do you get like the free like beats or like
Yeah, all of the beats except Rambo on my SoundCloud right now are like free YouTube beats that I didn't like throw any money into.
yeah.
But like it's insane now that like I'm starting to get things going a lot more. Like I have people hitting me up on Twitter every day, like, "Yo, here's beats. Like, what's your email? I'll send you a pack." And it's so crazy to me because like I'm so used to just going on YouTube, going to my sub box and like seeing like, oh, yada yada posted a beat today, but it's like I don't even have to do that anymore because I can go to my Gmail and like I got hella beats.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's still kind of crazy because like it just doesn't feel like stuff like this should be happening, because it's literally just something I do for fun.
Yeah. So are you like looking into with like you said Rambo was produced by somebody for you? Are you trying to like shift away kind of from that into like a more like uh not genuine but like more customized, you know what I mean? Not like any like beats that like anybody could have kind of thing, looking to like a more like authentic thing for like your brand, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get what you're like saying, and like, nah, like I feel like the YouTube thing, if anything, I just kind of look at it as like competition. Like this beat could have 6 million views and 1,000 people have already made a song like out of it. But like, if my song ends up being like better than yours, like this enough said. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just gotta like, if there's 1,000 of it already out there, I gotta like be the best one, and that's what like motivates me and like really gets me going.
Yeah, dude, I respect that.
Hmm.
Like so what do you want to do next? You gotta finish up high school and stuff. You like, what's your plan?
Like I'm still just making music every day and like posting, and like it's starting to like really really heat up, and like I don't even know, like because it's so out of nowhere, because even like 2 3 weeks ago like 400 plays was the norm, and now it's like 600 700 and songs are hitting thousands of plays.
Yeah.
It's like this all happening so fast that I like can't even like say what the future holds, because like stuff's happening every day. Like just last month my Twitter clocked in like 260,000 impressions in like a month. It's like just every day it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And because like I kind of have like a stat and like business like structured mindset, like I'm really good at taking small things and like running with them.
Yeah. So you don't want to like move anywhere? Like a lot of
Oh
kids like
no,
kind of
I
want to.
definitely do, but like I'm trying to get up out of Iowa, man. It's way too cold here right now.
Yeah, I feel
Like
that.
I can't be doing this like permanently, but I don't know, like next year, like, you know, I'm being told by like family and stuff that they all want me to go to Iowa State and like just do the traditional route, and I need to like do that. But I got a place I'm supposed to be moving in when I turn 18 in a few months, and it'll be like a lot better.
Yeah.
And that's honestly going to be my biggest perk right now, because it's like when my mom goes to sleep, like I really can't be making music like that because she works at the university, so like I can't be waking her up and stuff.
Yeah.
So like when I move out, like I really just like go even harder with it, which is something I look forward to. And it's like I'm doing everything in like steps, like nothing's really getting rushed. Like as soon as I feel like even the littlest bit like burnt out or whatever, or like feel like sun's starting to slow down, I just improve in another like category. Like as soon as like it was like, okay, I've been getting 200 plays on each song now for like a few months, what can I do to like elevate from here, like instead of just like continuing to move at like a moderate level. And it was like, okay, production and stuff on tracks. It was like, all right, and when my production like gets stale and like the same repeatedly, it's like, what can I do to, you know, advance further and just keep going.
Yeah.
And just upping everything like at once, rather than like, because like you could be like Denzel Curry but be on a $50 USB mic and you ain't going nowhere. So it's like you got to take everything in steps.
Yeah. Are there like even any like recording studios around you? Do you?
Oh yeah, I've recorded like in a studio and stuff like now, like, and it was pretty chill because I was at the point where like I had songs like Eden, Rambo, All Out. Like when I showed up in the studio, like it was an invite and I didn't have to pay studio time, none of that
Yeah.
type thing, and like I just kind of got let in, which was cool.
Was it in Des Moines or is there stuff around Ames?
No, like this guy I know now, his name is Austin. He runs a studio in Ames. He's got like an $11,000 or $12,000 like setup in his basement, and it's all like soundproofed.
Jesus.
And that's actually where Joshua Paul he records. And I'm just like meeting like new people all the time. And I got actually a studio up in Cedar Falls that I was like recently invited to. Like
Yeah.
so up in your area. Because, you know, Kid Stacks, the guy I was talking about earlier, who's from Mason City,
Yeah.
he's based up there, like in that area. And I think he lives in Cedar Falls right now. And he's super involved with this guy named Michael M. Jenny,
Yep.
who's really, really talented.
Yeah.
And you know about him?
I've seen stuff of him. Yeah, he's like a more like R&B singer kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing Afro pop and stuff. And yeah, he's trying to work with me right now and get it going. And he has a really nice studio and he's doing big things. Shout out to him. He was on iHeartRadio the other day. Like, it's all just coming together like more and more each day.
Yeah, he's a really good singer. He has a lot of good he's a lot of really good production stuff. He has a guy who shoots he shot a video with a guy named Terrell. I believe. I could be wrong actually, but I have a lot of classes with him. I'm pretty sure he shot a video with him, and they're
Okay.
so yeah, that's kind of how like I know of him. But, yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's one thing. I've been able to like stumble upon like 3 or 4 studios now, but I can't find a like videographer.
Bro.
Like I know one, and but like he was really really good, and like he did animation and stuff in it too, and like his videos were like pretty crazy. But he got a job like shooting like the guy that holds the camera for the weather guy.
Yeah.
And he just like moved completely like out of like the music, like this whole scene. But like he was starting to get it like really going here in like the Des Moines area too. Like they were having shows at this place called Lefties every Monday, and he was like shooting them, and like he was really starting to like build a name for himself. And then I was gonna get a video for him, and he was charging like 200 or 300 or something like that. I was like willing to do it. I was like all in, and then he was like, "Nah, like I'm done. Like I'm focusing on this as my career now." And I'm just like, "Okay."
Dang, dude. You'd think that. Well, I guess around here it'd be pretty hard, but like, I have a couple friends who like are out in LA, and they're like, it's hard to even get people to like do video, or to get like people to like want you to do video, because it's so saturated out there. Like so many people are like, yeah, I'll shoot shit for free, like do that stuff all the time. So it's kind of funny that's like it's the opposite where we are. You know?
Yeah, I was what was it, like 2 or 3 weeks ago? I was out in Denver and that whole area, and it was like my friend, he might be going to graduate school out there, and if he does go to graduate school out there, like I'm probably gonna jet out there, which would be really chill.
Yeah.
But like the scene's just so much more like relevant out there. Like I was walking down the streets in this suburb called Lodos, and I was seeing like 88 Rising posters on the wall, and I'm like, bro, this would never happen if I was even in Des Moines, like let alone Ames.
Yeah.
And like I saw like people shooting videos and stuff, and I was like, they're really out here like in the streets, like doing it right now, like making it, and like this never happened around here.
Yeah, I've been I went out to LA in May of this year for work at my old job, and it was cool just seeing like the culture so different. Like there's even like on the radio, like the music's just better on the radio even there.
Oh
and stuff.
yeah, no,
like,
I used to live in St. Louis, and like I remember that was like 2014, 2015. I moved out there for a year to help my grandma out. And like I remember YG, Who Do You Love, like on the radio. I'm like, bro, that ain't never happened in Iowa.
Yeah.
Or like Trey songs on the radio, and that was like their pop music, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude, that's nuts. But yeah, that's crazy. Like, video is I don't know. I love doing that shit. So we'll definitely fucking we'll talk.
man.
I definitely would do video for you, so like
All right,
that'd be cool.
all in one, man.
But so like with like your like future plans, just kind of gonna chill and see like what happens then, kind of.
Oh nah, like I'm trying to pave my own way, like right now. Like if anything, I'm like as hungry as ever right now, and like there's no like really like chilling with it. Like I told you I was out in Denver, and like I was out there for a Black Bear and Little Sky show at Red Rocks, and like I brought this setup with me. Like I can't be taking no breaks. Like it's just like really like now or never, because I know after high school, like I work in stuff obviously right now because I like need money to like keep advancing myself, but it's like I know after high school, if I do take a year off, I'm gonna have to move to full time, and I know I'm gonna have a lot less time to grind and like perfect my craft. It's like, so I gotta like do as much as I can right now and try and get it going like as fast as possible.
Yeah. Are you gonna try to do any kind of like shows around here or anything like that?
Oh, like it's definitely like something I'm working on. Like I've talked to the Memorial Union in Ames. I don't know if you know what that is, but oh, you do?
Yeah.
It's on campus and stuff. And there's also a place called the Maintenance Shop. And then again, I also have friends who like have like big acreages and like wide open land. And like I've like talked to other people. I'm like, yo, we could get like a small like festival thing going on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's all in the timing. Like when it comes around, like, and it feels right. Like, yeah. I got offered a tour actually, but I would have had to provide transportation for the whole thing. And like at the time of being like
for like everybody or just yourself?
No, like not for like the whole tour, but like me and like whoever I was bringing with me, I guess.
Oh, Jesus.
And it was 33 dates. Like they sent me all the dates and stuff, and they're like, yeah, but you're gonna need to drive to each date yourself and like and make it there. And like if you don't fulfill all the dates, like it's really gonna take a hit at like your money. I was like, I really don't care about the money, but it's like if I'm also driving like cross country, like I need a little bit of money to like live. And
was it for like a bigger like name, or like who, like was it just kind of like
it would have been big. It was a few months ago. It was in the summer, so it hadn't really blown up yet, but it was a Lil Mosey tour.
No fucking shit.
Yeah, I got offered that, but I would have had to provide the transportation, and like at the time I didn't have my license yet because I like waited a little bit, so it's delayed. And it was like I couldn't have done it, but I should have. But it's cool to say that like that happened.
That's nuts. Hell yeah, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
That was insane. I just checked my email one day and it was there. They're like, "Yo, we have this opportunity for you." And I started talking with them, and yeah.
Do you ever just be like, "How the fuck did you find out about me?" Or like
that's how it is. Like The distribution deal I was talking about earlier, like
Oh
it
yeah.
was literally something like I popped in my email one day and it was like some like bigger company and they're like, yeah, like this is everything we can offer you. And like it was like I went to their website and like went to their artist roster. Like they had big names on there, like Marshmello, like Waka Flocka Flame. Like it was a big company. I'm like, I don't even know how you found me, but like I but I'm gonna try and get something going with them soon.
Hell yeah, man. That's cool. I think you got. I think you're like. I think you're in like a really unique position, just in life, but also kind of as like, like an artist. Like you know what you want to do. You don't have any like. You don't have like life kind of like holding you back in any sort of way yet because
Yeah.
you don't have any like obligations to a job or to things like that. I mean, obviously
Oh, I
like
do
a
know.
job in the sense that like you have to pay for rent and stuff, but like not like a
Mhm.
career. You know what I mean? Not nothing like
I guess I'm pretty like responsible with it though. Like my mom's always like raised me to be like super hardworking and stuff. Like
Yeah,
when I bought my car, like it was all me. When I like car insurance, phone bill, like that's all me. Like so I do like I'm out here working like 25 hours a week, which kind of sucks because I can't like put 24/7 into music anymore. But it's like I got to do that so I can advance. And
yeah,
like the more I do that, like the more better equipment I'm buying, the more I'm able to buy like promotion and stuff and like put myself out there
yeah.
a lot
You'll
more.
you'll have a good like you'll just be able to. I don't know. I think it'd be fun to just sit there and just like go to work and then come home and just like grind. Just have like nothing to do but like that. So I think
Mm.
that's kind of interesting. That not interesting. I just think that's cool. Like you can, you know, you have like a
Yeah,
whole
just do
opportunity
it.
for you. So
And it's so wild just because it's like such a part of my daily routine. It like doesn't even feel like it's really something I'm like chasing, or like that is like real. That like I'm in a place like online and with music to where like something like this could be happening or like the people in my email. Because at the end of the day, I'm like still like walking around in the hallway, like I don't feel special, like or like that, it's
yeah,
getting somewhat big or like I could blow up potentially any day or that like that is like a real possibility. Like it's all just like I don't even think it'll feel real like if it happens until it happens, type
yeah.
thing. Because this still feels like I'm getting like 50 plays voice memo type thing.
hmm But that's a good position to be in too. Like your mindset. If you have that mindset, you'll always like
Mm.
be growing. You'll never like take a step
Yeah.
back and be like, oh, I don't need to like go so hard or like work so hard
Hmm.
at this. So that's kind of like a good mindset I think to keep yourself in.
Yeah, nah. And it's just like crazy because I like kind of like transport to that like area when like certain things happen, like when like that deal came in, and I was just like, wow. And like it was like, so like I really got sun here. Or like when I link up with friends who've been doing music for like 5 6 years and they're like consistently and they're like, dude, you're like better than me, like you need to show me like what you're doing like to do this. It's like, okay, but I try not to get like complacent or like anything like that.
Yeah.
Because like recently I got recognized in public in Ames. Like I don't know how, but like it happened. Like I just walked into a restaurant in Ames and the guy was like, oh shoot, like I know you.
Yeah.
Or, like I had no idea who he was.
That's pretty cool though. Hell yeah. So like, yeah, man. I don't. Anything else you want to like talk about? I don't know. Like you got any like big thing coming up? Anything we can expect from you?
I'm really trying to drop a tape soon. Like I'm trying to like piece it together and make it coherent. And I feel like once I have like 4 or 5 ish songs that I feel like are like the one, like all pieced up together, I'm gonna refine them and make it like to where it has that flow and consistency. And hopefully I'm in a place where like I can have better production and like just really like vamp it up to the max and maybe put a little money behind it and see where it goes. But honestly, every day is just changing and like opportunities coming every day. So like I really don't know where like I could be in a week from now, let alone like saying in the future. But I know I'm just gonna like I know I have like my goal in sight and I'm not gonna stop until I reach it. So
Oh yeah, dude. Uh, I mean, you got any like any shout outs? Any last words you wanna say?
Yeah, shout out to my homie Don. Shout out to Morgan. Shout out to Brooke. Shout out to Josh and Heather. Shout out Kid Stag. Shout out Michael and Jenny. Shout out you for putting me on here. I really appreciate it, man. We need to get in contact about that video stuff ASAP. But yeah,
All right.
that's pretty much it, my guy.
Hell yeah, dude. Lucasyeet, the youngest kid we've had out here.
Yeah.
Got a bright future, I think. So.
Thank you. It really means a lot, man.